Hello and a warm welcome to this week's edition of Kogi in Focus, the program that keeps you updated with developments in and around Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state. I'm Oluwatosin Osuji. On the program today, better days ahead for workers in Kogi State as Governor Bello joins Labour leaders with the Federal Mortgage Bank for housing scheme groundbreaking in Lokoja. Kogi State government receives reports of Judicial Commission of Inquiry into fatal violent disturbances in Dekina, Bassa and Omala. And on the streets this week, we get the views of the people on last week's celebration of the International Day of the Girl Child, World Post Day and Global Handwashing Day. These and more when we return. Don't go away. Welcome back. Last week, we promised to bring you the official list of results of the All Progressives Congress indirect primaries, which produced the party's candidates that will contest the 2019 general elections at federal and state levels. Here is a detailed list as promised. On the program last week, we told you that Smart Adeyemi from Kogi West, Jibril Issa Echocho from Kogi East, and Yakubu Oseni from Kogi Central emerged candidates to contest next year's senatorial elections. Governor Bello promised to support all APC candidates and called on all state APC members to do the same and ensure victory for the party in next year's elections. Kogi State Governor Bello says better days lie ahead for civil servants in the state. Governor Bello made the promise in Lokoja during the week at the groundbreaking ceremony of the National Affordable Housing Estate to be constructed in collaboration with the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress, and Nigeria Employers Consultative Association. Governor Bello said his administration will always put the well-being of this citizenry first.
I want to sincerely thank the Federal Mortgage Bank, the Nigeria Labour Congress, TUC, NECA, and development partners who have chosen Kogi State to be a pilot project in this particular affordable housing scheme. If there's anything my government will do, is to further reduce the prices of this house for our citizens. We have started on the note of providing free land, more than 37,000 hectares for this particular scheme, and we will continue to provide more land for all other development partners who will be ready to come and partner with us and make house available for our civil servants, workers, and even all the citizens of Kogi State, because everyone deserves a home. We won't just do that alone, because if we provide all that and their salaries are not paid, they won't be able to deduct the 2.5% NHS. Mr. President, and my fellow brothers, I want to assure you that the issue of salary arrears, unpaid salary, will soon be a thing of the past.
The Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Ahmed Dangiwa, commended Governor Bello for his commitment towards making the state a haven.
His Excellency deserves a lot of kudos for promptly facilitating the provision of land to this project as soon as the request came before him. He made sure we surmounted all obstacles to acquire the land free of charge in order to bring down the cost of the project and make the houses more affordable to Kogi State civil servants. Once the houses are built within the next 6 months, FMBN will provide mortgage loans through selected primary mortgage banks to Nigerian workers who are contributed to the National Housing Fund to enable them purchase the houses and repay over a maximum period of 30 years at a 6% interest rate.
The president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Ayuba Waba, and his trade union Congress counterpart, Boboy Bala Kegama, also acknowledged the state government's efforts.
This is certainly the synergy and understanding of development all around the world. And therefore, when some of our people say, well, tiny minority of workers, they should know also that it's this tiny minority that serves the entire population. This is our quest, because the quest for good governance, the quest for development is also what Labour stands for. And therefore, Your Excellency, I want to thank you immensely. I'm sure you have not forgotten your workers. I'm sure the workers will continue to be very close to your heart, because your policy development can be achieved through those workers. And I'm sure also that the workers will complement and will cooperate and will ensure that you are able to deliver on your mandate and also the mandate of Kogi people.
That you are able to provide this land, Your Excellency, Kogi State workers and their national leaders appreciate you immensely. Our little interaction with our members is to the effect that these houses are in short supply. They need more. And when we inquired, they say His Excellency provided over 27 hectares. Your Excellency, we're pretty sure if you provide the necessary ancillary facilities like roads, electricity, more and more houses can be built thereafter.
A cross-section of dignitaries from within and outside government also witnessed the groundbreaking ceremony. Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello has commended Judicial Commission of Inquiry on the crisis and violent attack in Dekina, Bassa and Omala local government areas that claimed 44 lives, left dozens injured and property worth over 5 million naira destroyed. While receiving the Commission's report on Lokoja, he promised to implement its recommendations to the letter.
Whether within our party or any other political party, we will not play politics with the lives and properties of our people. Every recommendation as contained in this report shall be executed. And under my watch and under in this particular administration, all the criminals will be hunted down.
The governor called on the people of the state to be law-abiding and urged the security agents to continue the good work with his administration. The chairman of the commission, Josiah Mejibi, revealed that 115 persons were identified responsible for the mayhem and called on the government to ensure they are brought to justice.
Your Excellency, one of the past errors or omissions or commissions that is actually aggravating this problem is the fact that the culprits in the past were not properly investigated and prosecuted accordingly. And reason not being far-fetched, political associates, political talks, political godfather. Please, Your Excellency, I know your mind. I know what you believe in to carry it out, irrespective of who that person is. Your Excellency will not be different in this situation. So that, by the special grace of God, my own God, that through you gave me this assignment, we'll be happy with you and we'll also be happy with you.
The commission visited and inspected the affected communities: Ajuwo, Ajimade, Oganinugu, Agbenemaife, Agabife, Iyade, Biroko, Sheria, Hautara, Ozugbe, Ogbonka, Kekure, and Panche. The state security advisor and security to the state government made suggestions on how to prevent future crises.
And apart from establishing naval outposts in the Ikende, I feel that the elite of the area must come together for peace in Bassa, Dekina, and Omala local government. We also need to prosecute those that were arrested in 2016, and the police must work on it to ensure that we bring them back to justice. Kogi and Nasarawa states need to meet urgently to provide solutions to the influx of machineries in two states.
This confirms your zeal to have a zero tolerance for any act of insecurity in any part of the state. We want to say thank you, sir, to the Chairman, Judicial Commission of Inquiry, Justice Majabi, and your members. We say thank you for the great risk you took in getting to the signs of the crisis, for your passion, for the sacrifice of your time and resources. May God Almighty bless you.
The Commission also attached exhibits and other documentary evidence to support its report. If you are just joining us, this is Kogi in Focus, a weekly review of happenings in and around Kogi State in the last 7 days. For your information, contributions, feedback and possible advert placement, please call the numbers displayed on your screen. Or better still, reach us via the social media handles also displayed on your screen. Kogi State Governor Bello has promised to support sports activities in the state as a means of empowering youth and also make Kogi State the reference point for sports. Governor Bello, who gave the assurance during the Touch the Sport 19th edition of National Sports Festival's team in Government House Lokoja, said it is a good event organized and targeted at encouraging youth in sports.
All I can assure you is that Kogi State is ready to support. And, by the grace of God, Kogi State is going to win majority of.
The Zonal Coordinator North Central, Patrick Uwagbali, said the zonal edition of the festival will contain 14 events and will hold in the Plateau State capital, Jos, between 17 and 21st October, which will produce athletes that will participate in the national festival from the 16th till the 26th December 2018 in Abuja.
And it is on record, sir, that Kogi has been effectively participating in this tournament. Anywhere this touch reaches, peace has landed. Unity has landed. So we carry this quality to your state now, sir, on behalf of the federal government. Then again, this version now that is the 19th edition is going to hold in FCT Abuja.
He promised this year's sports festival will be a memorable one among youths, as the zones have put in what it takes to make it a success. Kogi State Government has expressed satisfaction with sustainable mechanism for improving livelihood and household empowerment, SMILE, a USAID 5-year project collaboration with Catholic Relief Services Development Rights Group Actionaid and West aimed at improving the well-being of orphans, vulnerable children and other less privileged persons across 9 selected local government areas of Kogi State. The 2013 USAID SMILE Empowerment Project was brought to Nigeria in Kogi is one of the benefiting states.
I want to assure SMILE and every other program that are assisting and collaborating with Kogi State that our paths will surely cross again. On behalf of the Governor, Halachi Yaya Bello, I wish to express our appreciation to SMILE for bringing smiles and broad smiles to Kogi indigents for bringing hope to the orphans and the vulnerable children in Kogi State.
Since when this smart progress come, the child that they born in that time in our area, no sickness, no wahala. We train them very well.
With the benefit I got from Smile, back in the day, I was also dependent on my parents, but now presently I'm self-dependent because with the program or with what I learned, I can be able to help my younger ones and my parents.
The USAID Smile project has touched the lives of more than 49,000 vulnerable children from over 12,000 households, which has been described as a success.
Key interventions carried out by the project included support for access to HIV services, a range of household economic strengthening activities, vocational skills training. I wish to seize this opportunity to express our gratitude to United States governments and the American people for funding this project through PEPFAR USAID. I also wish to extend our warm appreciation to the government and people of Kogi State for creating an enabling environment for the collaboration that has been indeed very fruitful.
Kogi State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Bolanle Amiputon, says the intervention in the state is timely.
Footprint is already a monument. However, like an Oliver twist, if and when you have to commence the next phase of your project, please kindly consider Kogi State as one of the early beneficiaries.
Yagaba East, Ankpa, Dekina, Okene, Kababunu are among the benefiting local government areas. During the week, the world marked a number of its days set aside to focus on key areas of human life. One of such days is International Day of the Girl Child. The Kogi State government, in celebration of the day, organized an interactive session where students, girls of different ages, were invited in Government House, Lokoja, to receive tips from motivational speakers on how best to live their lives. Inspiration words from the team, Center for Enlightenment and Protection of African Women's Rights, SEPWA, on the theme, Let Your Voice Be Heard, took center stage. Veteran journalist Lara Oweyewise was one of the motivational speakers.
On a day like this, the only message I have for the girl child is to go out there and be the best they can be. The parents have their own problems as well, ranging from not supporting their children to fulfill their dreams. We need to pay attention to them. We need to support their dreams. We need to push them to their places of destinies.
People must know the importance of a girl child. I would therefore encourage every one of you seated here today to join in empowering the girl child so that together we can end violence among women and girls in Nigeria.
She encouraged girls to be bold at developing their God-given talent and making informed career choices. Kogi State Commissioner of Women Affairs and Social Development, Bolanle Amiputon, and the representative of wife of the governor, Rashida Bello, warned against premature marriage, abuse, and gender-based violence.
There are increased needs, especially now than ever before, to involve strategies, build structures and institutional, social and legal and educational system reforms to facilitate a sustainable national response to end child marriage and all the associated ills.
FOIA, the PEC project of Excellency, Ms. Rashida Bello, has in recent times taken our girls off the street. These girls have been enrolled in schools, and she has also made provisions for skill acquisition centers across the state. In fact, in the entire 21 local governments of Kogi State. And this is to provide skills for our girl child as its own way of contributing to the life of the girl child to enable them to have a secure future.
Girls at the event said the program gave them insight to discover their strength in whatever they want to do.
Those are like an additional encouragement to what I have before. And from what I have learned today, I'm going to put everything into practice, and I'm sure that I'm going to become a success.
This program was really an interesting one, and today I've been given the confidence that I can be whatever I want to be. And I already believe in the saying that says, what a man can do, a man can do better. And behind a man's success, there's always a woman. I want to thank Rashida Bello for what she's done, the Commissioner of Women Affairs, and also Miss Lara Wise. She has really done a lot of things. She has imparted a lot of things in me.
The theme for 2018 International Day of the Girl Child is, with her, a skilled girl force. The 15th of October every year is marked as International Day of Rural Women, focusing on challenges and opportunities in climate-resilient agriculture for gender equality and the empowerment of rural women and girls. As the world marks the day, the Kogi State Commissioner for Agriculture, Oloruntoba Kendi, highlighted efforts by the state government to end poverty among rural women.
The ultimate beneficiaries of our empowerment programs are the real farmers. We have been able to eliminate to a very large extent political farmers. The Anchor Borers program that we did, the ADS and various other empowerment programs that we have done, we can beat our chests. And these facts can be verified that we actually dealt with the real farmers, and the majority of them are the rural women. And I can say confidently that more than 60% of our empowerment, the beneficiaries are women. So His Excellency Alhaji Bello is doing a lot to better the lots of our rural women, to emancipate them from the poverty which he met when he came to office. And I can say that so far, so good, we are making progress.
His sensitization is ongoing to let women know how they can benefit from government intervention programs.
As we speak now, we have our personnel going across the 21 local governments to sensitize our people that we must move from subsistence farming to agribusiness. The focus now is to make millionaires out of the rural farmers.
The commissioner also gave some food storage hints.
Kogi State government wrote to Federal Ministry of Agriculture and said we want to manage the silos in Lokoja for grains, to store our grains, because we are doing a lot of rice production, a lot of maize production. But the last I heard about it is that federal government is concessioning all the silos to private managers who will make it available to farmers at a price. If you want to store your product, you pay a token. You store it, and when you need it, you go there to pick it.
9th of October was also World Post Day, and the theme for this year's day is Innovation, Integration and Inclusion in the Era of Technology. While today, the 15th of October, is Global Handwashing Day. On our views from the streets this week, we hear from the people how significant these days are to Nigeria and the world at large.
There is little deviation, but as we are coming up with new products, the patronage is now coming based on this new technology that is on ground. You know, so I wouldn't say that the patronage is low. The patronage is actually coming up, but we are trying to see what we can do to enlighten people.
I don't really have any whatever concerning the post office, because now I'm used to Gmail and other this thing that you can as well pass information or communication to some other things.
In the village now, when I got to village last time, I went to post office, and that post office, they has a tablet phones there. When you go there, whatever registration or postcard you want to do, they can just register immediately. They can call the other offices immediately. The money will be paid instantly without any stress. So I think they are in good way.
Personally, I've observed that the patronage on night posts nowadays has been reduced drastically, probably because the system is not trending with the new technology in town.
Still now, there are things that a handset cannot do that post office are doing. Like when I travel to Hajj, like my Zamzam water, I posted it home through Telegram.
Every individual, it is necessary for every individual to wash his or her hand every 30 minutes. So to avoid being, infected by unknown germs.
I will advise everyone that before you eat your food or before you eat any fruit, anything at all, you wash your hand before it so that you don't contact any infection or diseases.
Especially those that is breastfeeding, those that are old infants. So it's good for them. Whenever they use the toilet, my advice for them is that they should try and be washing their hand so that their baby will not contact any disease through the toilet that they have used.
It's very important to wash our hand after use, especially when you are dealing with public things.
Because if you don't wash your hand, you can easily, get a disease.
That's where we wrap it up on Kogi in Focus this week. Join us same time next week for another 7-day review. And don't forget to continue doing to others what you want them to do to you. I'm Oluwatosin Osuji. Have a pleasant week.